James 1 and 6. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering, for he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. James 1 and 6. So here, God is talking about asking him for wisdom. That's from the previous verse. And God says, when you ask God for wisdom, God will give you wisdom, but he tells us, make sure when you ask God for wisdom, and this would apply really when we ask God for anything, is to ask in faith. Let me say that again. Ask in faith. So it's not just asking God, but it's asking God in faith. Nothing wavering. Ask in faith and have no wavering in your asking and throughout the process. For God says, he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. To waver means to stagger. In the Greek, it means to separate thoroughly. You start in one place and then you change. You here, then you're there. You wave, you up, you're down. You're going straight, then you're falling. That's staggering, that's wavering. I believe you got the picture there. God says, ask in faith and don't waver. And then he gives the illustration. He says, like a wave of the sea. A wave of the sea is up, is down, is here, is there, and then it's gone. God says, don't come to him that way. Don't come up, down, here, there. Get it settled in your heart. Get it fixed in your mind. I'm about to ask God for wisdom, and I'm going to stick to believing that God is going to hear me, and he's going to give me what I asked, because he's the one that told me to do it. He's the one that said he will give it. So I am not going to waver. Now, this gives us some insight that we know just from this verse. The devil's going to try to get you to waver. The circumstances you face is going to try to get you to waver. Your mind, if you don't lock it in, will waver. But God says, when you ask him, don't waver, and ask in faith. All right, that's James 1 and 6. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed.